Hello everyone, welcome to another lab. In this lab, we are going to troubleshoot a malfunctioning computer. Here is the scenario. You work at a computer repair store. A customer has given you a computer that will not boot. In this lab, your task is to diagnose and correct the problem. The computer will successfully start and load window when the problem is corrected. Well, as you see, there's no hint that have given to us in this lab. So what we have to do, we have to do with is starting from scratch and try to do every single thing that we already know. That's the only option. So if you are following my lab series and you know my tactic, I start with the computer which is not turned on or not booting correctly. Every time start with the power issue, which is the connection, the cables, or the switch, if the switch is not on or not. Um, that's all kind of what we start. Finally, if the issues still exist, that's when we go into the motherboard. As we do all the time, let's start with the power issue. As we see here, the monitor is already power on, so that's not the issue. But let's start the computer one more time before we just dip into it. As you see here, the computer is failed to turn on. All right, what happened? Let's start to back, just get something, and what's going on. Again, as I do all the time, I click on that and check if the computer is already connected. This one is already connected there. When we click on the other cables, it's already connected to the motherboard. It's already connected to monitor. There's no issue there. And the other thing is to make sure the computer and monitor is actually connected. So as you see here, it's already connected. That's not the issue at all. So all these cables is directly connect from wall to the computer or from wall to the monitor. So we're not going to worry about the power strip or anything like that. So we see the power is already on. That will be not the issue here too. So the other issue that we can able to check is get into the computer and investigate what's going on. So I want to start with the drive bay. So if there's as we see here, there's one single drive here, and then there's one other drive. This one is just regular hard drive, and this one is optical drive. So there's already the power is connected, as we see right here, over here too. So what we have to do is to get into the motherboard, and we have to start more investigation. So the first investigation that I have to do here is to start if the power supplies actually connect to every single part that is supposed to. As we already start from the outside of the drive bay, everything is already connected. What about inside? So at least what we have to check is that power supply is connected to the motherboard to supply the power to every part of the computer. We also make sure the CPU power is actually connected, and the other part is to make sure the video card is actually connected and it has the power. All that looks good. And also the other thing that we have to check is the memory, that everything is look like in here. So if we feel that everything is connected and it looks okay, so what's going on? What's really happened? The other thing that I usually do is to look around. So what is actually under inventory and what I have, what option that I have. So you can quickly go here and investigate what is available that you already have. So the first one is cables. So I see there's the cable here, but all the drive that I already have is already connected. So I don't really worry about maybe the cable is not connected because I already checked that. All right. So there's no reason why I get to connect that. And then I move on to the CP, GPU or expansion card. I think the one that's supposed to be there is already connected. As you see, DVI. We already checked that this is actually DVI. So it's already connected correctly. I don't really worry about that one as well. So the memory, I have seen there's couple memory listed over here, but we already have multiple memories already in there, like the total of 6. But I'm not sure if I have to do that right now. But we still keep that in mind that we have option if there's something going on. So keep going. Also, we have different power supplies listed for us. That's something that, okay, so we have option. Also, there's one hard drive, okay? But finally, even though we have all these resources that listed for us, we don't really have any specific reason why we feel like, hey, we got to replace that. So what we have to do, I think at least we have to look for the tools which is available for us to do more investigation. Depend on the tools that we have, we can do more investigation because there should be something wrong. That is why this thing is not working correctly. So I'm looking under here. I see we have 2 different tools. The first one is power supply. The second one is memory right here. So I can start with the memory tester up here to check what's going on, okay? So in order to do that, I want to start with the last one right here and then put that in there. Then you have to press test and then closer look into the power. Okay. Just want to slightly move on. So as you see here, the first one is okay. So there's no issue with that. I just take that one back and grab the second one, put that in there, press it, testing. All right, seems like that is also okay. So there's no issue. Keep going to the third one, test that as well. All right, that is also okay. There's no issue. Move to the fourth one. Okay, test that as well. All right, that is also okay. So there's no issue. So we keep move to the fifth one. Okay, test that as well. Oh, oops, this is bad one. Interesting. Okay, that is the reason why we test that every single thing. So I leave that there and then grab the sixth one to test and then check what's going on. All right, this one is okay. So I have to take this one back and we have one bad memory. So we have to grab the other one. So in order to do that, first, there's a lot of way we can figure out which one is the right one, but I think we can quickly check for all this. So if I click on this one, I see there's DR 2 GB, and I hope everything is the same thing. So everything is the same. So the only memory that we can able to put back here is the one which actually match the type, the speed, the storage, and the speed. So that's the only one. In order to get that, we have to go back here and check what we have right here. This is 1 GB. We can use this 4 GB. We can use this is the only one that we can able to use. So I think that is one problem that we investigate and then figure it out. But since we still have another tools, I don't want to limit myself to just this one. And still we can able to keep going and then test it more. And we can pull it, take it back to memory right now. And then we can test the power supply as well, just in case there is anything going on. So at least what we can do is that we can grab the power supply at the end and then connect the other side of this as well. And as you see here, so in order to get the right power supply, we have to make sure that every single number that's listed down here should be matched exactly what we have here. But as you see here already, the number it show low, low, low. That is really bad sign of power supply. So by concluding that, I think we can decide to change the power supply as well. Not only memory, we have to change the power supply. In order to do that, we have to take it back of the computer, and then we have to make sure we remove that power connected. So we have to also remove all these powers, then remove this power and take it back the motherboard and that one as well. Okay, so you can leave that one here and we can go back to the power supply. When we go through the power supply, as we already removed this one is 24. So we have to grab the right one. So the first one is 24, just 20, so we cannot able to use that one. The other two is 24, but there is something that we have to make sure that we have to check here. Even though we have 24, we also have to make sure that we have the 8 piece of the CPU. So if we don't have that in here, we cannot able to use the one which doesn't have that, which I cannot able to see here because that's not, yep. So if we go here, we have to make sure we can able to find that is with this one, we can able to find what we have here. So we have the 13 connector end is what is appropriate for us. So we can grab that one, directly put into the motherboard. Then after that, we have to connect all the cables that we removed. Actually, we wasn't remove this one. So I can just put that one back here and make sure everything that we connected should be connected. It's come from this power supply, not the old one. So that's something we have to make sure. So the other thing that we have to connect that one, and also we have to connect here, which is 6 pin of the PCIL. All right, we connect that up there. And also we have to go here and go to power supply. I think we have to go here and we have to come here and then get this power connect. This one, connect the other one. Okay, we have to go back here because this one was off, so we have to make sure it's on. Okay, because we just grabbed the old one to put inside there, and we have to make sure that is actually connected. I think with that we are good to go. So we have to check if the computer is actually powered on or not. Let's do that. All right, so say it's still the computer is not power on. So what's going on? Let's check. All right, so what we just forget here is that this one should be on, and then we forget to put the power on because we was unplugged before, but now we didn't plug it back here. So that's something we just forget, and then make sure that one is power back. And then after that, we have to try power on. As you see, it go to the black screen. Hopefully that should be power on the computer correctly. All right, here we go. As you see, we are successfully solved that problem and the computer is power on now. All right, as we do all the time, let's score the lab to make sure what we done is correct. Here we go. All right, as you see, we are successfully got everything correct, and then we score 100%, and then we're done with this lab. As always, thank you for watching. See you in next lab.